Every video of the Bose Quiet Comfort Buds deserves some thick jokes. But today, we will go beneath the surface to give you enough information to make a choice between the Apple AirPods Pro and the Bose Quiet Comfort Buds.
Let's have a real conversation, sponsored by SpinFit.
Goedendag, we're DHRME.
Does
Having
crash
mean
extinction?
Let's keep the physical aspect short, starting with the case. The AirPods Pro,
Rather sterile and dental floss-based case is
compact and easy to clean on the outside due to the glossy surface. Also easier on the pockets.
But the Bose Brick, besides being a very effective and expensive paperweight, also has a few nifty tricks up its sleeve. A Bluetooth pairing button, a button to open it one-handed, and LED lights to clearly indicate battery life. Both have wireless charging, but the Bose stands out by having a USB Type-C plug. None of that lightning nonsense. And since the buds don't go into a deep crevice, the case is easier to clean.
Sure, it has a couple of buttons, but the AirPods Pro has much better battery life from the case. 24 hours as opposed to Bose's puny 18 hours. Wow, I used Bose and puny in the same sentence.
Hilarious. Well, I'd argue that it's not the battery life on the outside that counts, but what's on the inside.
Yeah, you'd say that.
Bose has much better battery life on device, which means you can use them for longer. In our testing with a mix of ANC and phone calls, we got about 6.5 minutes. We got about 6.5 hours, which is close to Bose's claim of 6 hours.
Come on, who's putting earbuds in their ears for that long? AirPods lasted 4 hours in our testing, which is fine. We've talked so much about the case. Are you shying away from the fact that the buds themselves are humongous? Love them or hate them?
Hate him.
The AirPods Pro have an iconic design that is compact. You can, and we don't recommend this, even fall asleep with the AirPods in your ears.
Yeah, I got nothing.
And the controls are easy. Long press the stem or press it.
Hey man, I got a whole touch surface here, okay?
Yeah, and some place to keep your coffee cup.
What? With the touch, I can increase volume after the latest Bose update on the buds. You can't do that.
I got an Apple Watch, such an elegant...
Expensive solution. And I got a bunch of customization options in the app as well. Did I mention that I have an app?
Who needs an app? Options are baked right into the operating system's options with the AirPods Pro.
Yeah, for Apple devices. Bose's app works on Apple and Android devices. In addition to the app, Bose actually calls out the name of the device it's connected to. So no mysterious dings and dongs leaving you wondering how the multi-device stuff is working. Apple promises that the AirPods Pro will switch automatically to your iDevice, but in our real-life experience, that magic has been a bit weak. In addition, with the Bose, you can switch devices from within the app or using the Bluetooth button on the case. It doesn't switch automatically, but at least the manual switching is reliable and easy.
Let's stop talking about irrelevant things. We spend so much money for convenience, which I've won, and also for sound quality, which I also win. The AirPods Pro have this incredible spatial audio feature, which makes it feel like the sound is coming directly from your device, and to boot, they are not unnecessarily bassy.
You mean punchy?
A clear, balanced sound with equal weight to the treble, mids, and the bass.
Bose has bass, what can I say? But let me step out of character for a bit to tell you guys the difference really ain't that big. But where the difference really is big is when you guys show your support to this channel and keep us going.
And if you're wondering how you can do that, there are two easy ways. Either click on those affiliate links in the description to do your shopping, which doesn't cost you anything extra.
Or if you're not much of a shopper, then consider joining our Patreon, link in the description.
Thanks for that, but get back into character because I ain't done with you. We know that both of these buds come with noise cancelling.
Yeah, of course, and we all know that Bose is king and blocks out the most amount of noise across the board with the ability to change ANC levels in the app and toggle between 3 preset levels from the buds.
Yeah, they're a bit better, but the AirPods Pro is still decent when it comes to noise cancelling and makes life simple with just noise cancelling and transparency. And hey, Bose boy, make sure you don't remove your right earbud and forget to put it back in because your left one won't work on its own. The AirPods are progressive and don't believe in master-slave architecture, and they work with either bud on its own.
Do AirPods also not believe in the freedom of choice? Because I hear you can get them in any color as long as it's white. The Bose are progressive too and don't believe in colorism, so you get the choice between either triple black and soapstone. And you know, both might be IPX4 rated, but I wonder who actually uses the AirPods Pro for exercising. The Bose's wingtips and wider ear tip design ensure that they stick in your ear, whereas the AirPods Pro
Are more comfortable.
but don't really stay in your ears.
Aha, but that's where this video sponsor comes in. SpinFit with its CP1025 ear tips come in 4 different sizes and an adapter for Apple's special tips. I personally use SpinFit tips with my Jabra Elite 75T Active.
And I use it with my Apple AirPods Pro. With its patented design and high quality soft silicone, we think this should be your first purchase if you like earbuds and the tips don't fit or sit well in your ear.
Check out the links in the description for more.
Alright, this fight has one last chapter, phone calls. You know, a fuckman
That's Dutch for professional.
needs a good quality microphone on their earbuds. And this one is really good. With great performance in noisy, windy and quiet conditions, the Bose Quiet Comfort Buds outperform the Apple AirPods. Check out this video for the full test.
But you will also hear us say this in the video. The difference in call quality in the most normal conditions isn't really all that big. What a waste.
Oh, you said it.
Oh no.
Waste.
Here it comes.
Okay, get this. Apple's AirPods make more money than Spotify, Twitter, Snapchat, and Shopify combined.
So successful.
And that brings with it an enormous amount of responsibility. Apple talks a big game about its environmental credentials, and while that's appreciated, Apple is not moving this particular industry forward. Basically, a fully disposable set of plastic buds at Apple scale, that's not good for the planet. They have an environmental report card for the iPhone, the iPad, Mac, the Apple Watch, even the HomePod, but not for the AirPods. What's up with that, Apple?
Yeah, while the batteries in the Bose Quiet Comfort earbuds last about 5,000 hours of playback while retaining at least 80% of capacity, the batteries are unfortunately not replaceable, and neither the case nor the earbuds contain recycled materials. So both these behemoths need to do better here, and we as consumers need to ask them to do better.
You've been surprised by so much environmental talk?
And we've been DHRME.
Namaste.
Namaste.